This program was made possible in part.
The sound of these bees is the sound of a safe environment and of an important source of safe, affordable food. Honey is a specialty crop produced in our state that is created from plants in our area. Mississippi beekeepers provide a safe, abundant, and affordable supply of honey to homes and restaurants statewide, while byproducts are used in soaps and other skincare products. Support Mississippi beekeepers. Buy locally produced honey. The farm families of Mississippi.
Mississippi Seafood Marketing, a division of the Department of Marine Resources. From our waters to your table. Fresh, local, healthy. Information available at dmr.ms.gov.
Well, hello. I'm Chef Rob Stinson, and this is Fit to Eat, a new series about eating healthy and living better. In Mississippi, we love fried chicken, but you can't live on fried foods. A fried chicken breast contains about 380 calories and 19 grams of fat. Thank goodness we've perfected a healthier oven-baked version that tastes just as savory and juicy as the original. And as always, you can find all of our recipes with nutritional information on our website, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. Now, I like to jokingly call this the new version of the classic picnic. This is going to be a great cereal-crusted chicken that's baked. Should I say that again? Yes, cereal-crusted chicken. And then we're going to do a healthy version of a potato salad and a healthy version of coleslaw. So that if you were going to have your family outing and you wanted to try and do this, keeping the same thought process of where you would take fried chicken and everything else, this is a great new way to do it. And I love the flavors. So what we're going to do, and this is kind of the fun part, we have got here in front of us chicken breast, and it's white meat. So to keep this a little healthier, I went with chicken breast. We're going to do 4 small pieces, and these are about 3.5 to 4 ounces each. Now you got to remember, by the time you put the breading and everything else on it, it's going to be a little bit heavier. Now, you ask me, okay, what about this breading? Here's the fun part. All right, let's take a look at that. What do we have here? We've got a bag of oat cereal. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. Oat is a great way when you eat it to get fiber in your system that will help reduce LDL cholesterol. That's the bad one. That's the one you want to get rid of. But this can be fun. You know what? I have my kids come up and they get to beat on the bag. And when this is all said and done, you end up with a bowl. Can you believe that big bag turns into this amount of crumbled cereal? And you're saying to yourself, well, what kind of cereal? Don't, whatever you do, pick a cereal that's got lots of sugars and all the other additives that we're trying to avoid. This is just plain oat flakes. You can find one that you like, but when you crumble it up and you add all the other flavors that we're going to add to it, you're not going to feel that you're missing anything at all, I promise you. But it's really kind of fun. Great way. It's almost like a punching bag. My daughter has a lot of fun with this one. I think she's taking her frustrations on me out with it. All right, now, where do we go next? We're going to take a little bit of skim milk, all right? So again, focusing on a fat-free milk that is absolutely healthier than using whole milk. A good natural egg. Got to support our local egg farms. Pop that in. Now we're going to add in the unusual ingredient to the batter that gives it a nice little punch, and this is Creole mustard. You're going to see I use it twice in this picnic outing, if you would. We're going to take that, blend it through, get it broken up initially, and then I take a small whisk and stir it really well because you want to blend all of that Creole mustard with the milk. And it doesn't take long to do. You see, it kind of turns it a light brown. great flavor when you add in that Creole mustard. All right, now, let's take the basis that we're going to use, which is our cereal crust. We're going to add some pep to that. I want this to have some flavor. One of the things when you're eating healthy, you got to stay focused on is you don't have to sacrifice flavor to eat healthy. Cayenne pepper. All right, now, all of this, you're going to see a lot of details going in. No one's going to remember all of it. So you can go to the website, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. That's me. And all of these recipes are there. So now we've got cayenne pepper, black pepper, a little bit of Italian seasoning, almost gives it that Italian breading flavor. And this is some dry, sweet basil. I'm real big on using fresh herbs, but in this, you absolutely want to stay with dry herbs. Now, a little ground white pepper, and then the one that really adds a lot of flavor, this is garlic powder, not to be confused with garlic salt. So you'll notice that in every one of these ingredients that we've mixed in, we do not have anything that has salt. All right, so now we're going to take this and mix it up real well, and you can actually do this with your hand. Get all that seasoning mixed throughout. Because what we want to do is get a great crumbly crust on our chicken. So now let's bring up a pan that we're going to take and place the chicken on. And here's the process. Very simple. You go straight to your batter, which is what you call your Creole mustard and your milk and egg. Go into your breadcrumbs. Coat them nice and evenly. And then we're going to take and use a little trick. It's a zero fat spray. And we're going to spray the pan that we're going to bake them on. Put a nice coating and save the spray. I'm going to show you a trick at the end of this that'll help you get even more flavor than you think. Sprinkling over, getting that seasoning, turning it over and doing it again. And you can crumble this as fine as you like. I love to get a little crispiness to it. And we're going to do all 4 of these and then pop them directly into the oven. And this is where you're going to want to have your oven preheated to about 400 degrees. Now, listen to me carefully on this. If you wanted to do bone-in chicken, it's going to have to bake quite a bit longer, close to an hour. So if you're going to do bone-in chicken, you'd want your oven set at 325 and put it in there for about 50 minutes. But since this is just simply a chicken breast that will cook much quicker, we're going to put that oven up to 450 and bring it out a little bit faster. This won't take as long to cook either. Last one coming after this. Pop it in here. And I'm telling you, it looks like fun. I get my kids involved. When I'm doing this at home, my kids love fried chicken, like every child I know. This version baked, the only issue that we have is waiting for it to cook. So oftentimes, we'll take plenty of chicken, and I'll have some in the oven while they're helping me finish the rest. And they get to eat first, since they're good workers. But you know, everybody's got a little different way of working things with their kids. My kids love to eat a lot of the food that we cook, so I'm fortunate. And we've got this last one done. So now we've actually got 4 half chicken breasts. And that's all these are. Let's take a good look at this. What a great way. And we're going to pop that. And again, now, you know, this is a lot going on. Go to the website, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat, and you can get this recipe. So I love, absolutely love being able to do something. Now, I said trick. There is a little troca, as I used to say. Spray, and I'm just going to hit it lightly. That pan spray on top, what does it do? It'll help it to brown so that it gets nice and crisp. So we're going to head from here over to the oven, all right? Let's go ahead and put that. I've already preheated that oven. That works out great. And we're going to keep a close eye on it. We might even want to turn it over once in the process. When you spray the pan on the bottom, it'll help crisp it on the bottom. And that's a nice way to make sure it gets brown on both sides, just like it was fried. That's the key. All right, now, healthy potato salad. You heard me talking about that? Well, I've taken one thing and I've done ahead, and this is something you can easily do. And this is, I have already boiled my red potatoes that I'm going to use. So let's take these, and what we're doing now, straining out that water, and taking those same potatoes now that we've strained, and going into a large bowl. That's simple, all right? Now we're going to head back over to the workstation. So let's take a look where we're going to go with this, because we've got a whole new set of ingredients that we're going to want to work with. Do a little table cleanup, and when you find a potato, you're wondering, okay, how do you know if it's cooked properly? That knife should go right through, and you see how it just kind of crumbles up? That's exactly what you're looking for. You actually want these to be nice, tender, not overcooked. You're not making mashed potatoes, but I love to use red potatoes with the skin on. It's where all the nutrients are in those potatoes. So keep the skin on if you can do it this way. It comes out fantastic. Now, here's the fun part. We're going to heat up a skillet. And down below here, I just happen to have all of these beautiful ingredients that we're going to use. Some diced onion, diced celery, a little diced red bell pepper. You don't have to put the red bell pepper in. It kind of dresses it up a little bit with colors. Creole mustard. Parsley's going to go in. Some fresh garlic, black pepper, and then we're going to add one little treat, one little addition, which is some crisp diced bacon. So on the bacon, you're using it, it's already pre-cooked. You've done it crisp. You dry it thoroughly. Why are you doing that? Obviously to get all the fat and all the oil out. So that way you can still have that flavor of pork in your dish, but you're doing it as healthy as possible. So let's go ahead now. This is going to serve about 6 people as a portion. So we've got about a tablespoon of oil that we're putting in. We're going to add in our white onions. Try and get all of those in. I love onions with potatoes. I mean, they just go hand in hand. I always love garlic. Some of you out there may say, you know, garlic makes it a little overpowering. You know, this is where you can tailor-make the recipe the way you like, but I love the blend of onion, garlic with potatoes. I mean, it's just classic. I studied cordon bleu style of cooking when I was a young apprentice, and the combination of onion, garlic, and bacon with potatoes, it's in almost all of those French dishes. I just got very fond of it. Now, we're going to also add in our celery. The red bell pepper I'm going to leave crunchy, just like the bacon. That's not going to actually get hot. So what's nice about that is we can take it, start sauteing this. All the while, we're going to be taking these potatoes inside, kind of breaking them apart. You can, of course, do this. There's no pattern. If you take them out and you put them on your table, you just make a mess. So be gentle. You're cutting into glass, but you can easily quarter them all. And you see, when they're boiled just right, how do you know they're boiled right? Stick a toothpick in them. When the toothpick goes through nice and easily, you know they're ready. Or a fork, whatever's easiest for you. But I like to kind of quarter these up while we're sauteing and getting the flavors of that onion and garlic to open up. One of the things you'd find, okay, some people will say, gee, you know, my potato salad, I never cook anything that goes into it. What's so nice about this is garlic and onion get a different flavor when they've been sauteed. If you put them in there raw, they have a tendency to be a little bit bitter. And I don't want this to be a bitter dish. I think this is a really great, healthy version. And you're saying, well, you know, potato salad, it always gets into the end, and what do you add? Mayonnaise. No, no, no. We are definitely going to go a different route on this. I use a strained Greek yogurt. It's a plain yogurt, no flavorings, and it is absolutely as thick as mayonnaise because it's strained, and the flavor it gets is almost identical. When you add all of these spices that we have in here, you won't miss the fact that you don't have mayonnaise. So again now, what we're going to do is keep sauteing these a little bit, browning on that. Going to do a quick little bit of table cleanup, and then I want you to follow me over to the oven so we can double check how our chicken's coming. And while we go that way, we're going to grab a spatula and tongs just in case we need to turn them. Looks good. We're going to turn the heat down a hair, and I'm actually going to pull them out and see if maybe we do need to turn them. Boy, I tell you what, they look great already. Let's set them right out here where you can kind of see them as well. And the thing about this is it's a half of a chicken breast. Oh, and it's browning beautifully on both sides, but let's go ahead and take the time to turn them over because I want them to be so crunchy that you'll think you're eating fried chicken. You can see how the batter has stayed on. That's exactly what we're looking for. Those are perfect. We're going to put them back in that oven and let them get even crispier. And I've turned the oven down to about 300 degrees at this point because they're cooking so well. I want to keep them warm while we finish up the rest. We've got a lot to do. So come on back. Let's head over here. Going to keep tossing. And what we've got right now are some nice brown onions, garlic. I can see it. We're going to add in the coarse, cracked black pepper. And I like to use coarse cracked or, obviously, fresh cracked. So either way you go. And remember now, we're trying to keep salt out of this. A lot of you say, well, you got your potatoes in there. Certainly, you're going to put salt in there. We're really not. We're really not. We're really trying to show you there's a different way to go on this. Okay, now, what I'd like for you guys to think about is the fact that you can get all of this, all the different recipes at mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. And when you get the information online, you'll see this is as easy as I'm making it look. You can do this. Toss that around with the pepper. Now we're going to take, and I've got some Creole mustard. I told you we were going to be using it later. Well, here it comes. Creole mustard I'm going to blend in with the yogurt. The yogurt is so much healthier. It's fat-free yogurt. And the difference between that and this amount of mayonnaise, I'm going to tell you, could be close to 100 grams of fat. That's huge. That's huge when you realize that if you really want to lose weight, you shouldn't really get more than 25 grams of fat a day. It's important you eat some. It really is. But the key is to reduce it, and this is a fantastic alternative. So these are perfect. They've browned nicely. You're going to see as I put them in with the potato. And what I love about this red potato salad is as you mix this together, you're going to see you could almost take it and serve it while it's hot. Going to get all those flavors blended in before we add in the yogurt and the Creole mustard. We're going to throw in some parsley. I love this dish. I said we want the crunch and the color of these diced red bell peppers. And this one isn't essential. You know, if you can't find it at the store, don't worry about it. But almost every store at this point will have a nice variety of bell peppers. Sometimes you can get them in a 3-pack where you get one green, one yellow, one red. And they're almost interchangeable. The red and yellow are typically a little bit more expensive. But, you know, for the small amount that we put in there, that wasn't even a quarter of one bell pepper. So I don't think it's too extravagant, and it adds such a nice color and flavor. All right, we're throwing in that coarse chopped, dried, and kind of degreased bacon, if you would, mixing it all throughout. And I tell you what, at that point, it's got wonderful color. It's a great version. Now we're going to add in that yogurt and Creole mustard to turn this into a beautiful, healthy alternative to your traditional potato salad. You're going to notice I use Creole mustard. You know, Creole mustard is great. There's no other additives in it. You've got it kind of from ground seeds. And I love the spiciness that it adds. You might find that you have a different mustard you'd rather use. You know, some type of French mustard, something that's a little different. That's fine, but make sure you read the label. You know, when you're doing this, you want to be sure that what you're using is healthy and doesn't have a lot of additives. Now, we've got this kind of set to where we feel pretty comfortable. So I'm going to mix it one last time, move it to the side, and I tell you, you got to admit, that looks like a traditional potato salad. And if you could come out here and taste this right now, you'd say to yourself, wow, it's so flavorful, having that Creole mustard, the black pepper, and the sauteed garlic and onion. It makes all the difference in the world. You know, a lot of people, when they do potato salad, they'll fresh chop celery and onion, put it in cold, and that's good. This is better. This is a great way to do it. Let's do a little cleanup as we go here. And what we're going to do, take that last little spin, and you notice I'm trying to keep it. I like to have pieces of the potato that are still intact. And if you look at this, you'll see that that is exactly what we have. So let's hold that on the side for right now, okay? Now we're going to go back and double check our chicken, all right? Let's get it out. And I tell you what, we can set that again right in front. That is as close to perfect as I think you'll ever see for a baked fried chicken. I love it. It's got such a great, beautiful crust on it, and that's where we use that pan spray. Remember that little troca, as I call it, that little trick is all the difference in the world, and it gives it such a wonderful flavor. Now, as we get ready down the road, I'm going to come back to that, but let's take it, move it a hair closer for us. We can move this out the way. And I'm going to put it right over here to where when we go to plate, I'll have it. It'll sit, and remember, that pan is hot, so be careful. Be careful. Okay, so we've got basically 2/3 of what we need to do done. Let's go down now, grab out all of these beautiful ingredients that we're going to take and turn into the rest of our picnic. You know, the idea of taking this outside for a picnic and having the same type flavor you would get if you went and got fried chicken or cooked it yourself, and end up with a dish that is absolutely heart healthy, lower in fat. And remember, you know what this show is about is basically saying we can do dishes that are similar to what you're used to eating, but with huge impact on being healthier. And that's the name of the game right now. We're really trying to focus in on reducing fat and sodium in most of the dishes that you're going to see. And again, you haven't seen me put any salt in anything. This is all made from scratch. So where are we going on our coleslaw? All right, what I've got here is some beautiful, fresh, sliced green cabbage. You can pick it up at any farmer's market, any superstore. That's simple enough. Let's throw it in our bowl. Red cabbage, why? It actually tastes a little different. It has a beautiful kind of contrasting color, you know, and I actually love to get into talking about keep your dish visual. This really adds another one, the carrots, okay? So at this point, we're looking at some beautiful colors. We're going to throw some fresh cracked black pepper. Again, remember, no salt. And now, one of the most unusual things, and people always comment on it with me, I love to put some fresh grated horseradish. And you can get this, again, at the farmer's markets or at your local store. And it's about a tablespoon. Now remember, no one is going to remember all the details on this recipe. So when in doubt, go to mpbonline.org/50eat. That's me again. And you can get all of these wonderful recipes. So now we're going to add in that little bit of that Greek strained yogurt that we're using instead of mayonnaise. Mix it well, and I add just a pinch of a sugar substitute like sucralose. I like sucralose. You can find it in the store as well. And then we're going to just take this and mix it and get everything kind of blended together. And we're almost ready to take all of this, put it together on the plate, and show you a healthy version of a classic outdoor picnic. So let's start thinking. Going to get a nice plate up front. And I'm going to take and put about 1/6 of what we made on the plate of potato salad. I can smell that. It smells so good. All right. Little tuft of our beautiful homemade coleslaw, heart healthy. And then obviously the star of the show is our baked, fried-like chicken. And I like to put a little color into this so that it really kind of keeps everything pulled together. And I'm telling you, one of the things you notice, it's a smaller portion, guys. Try to be focused on that because that's the important part. And I like to see it. You can always grab another one, but this is the way to eat healthy. And remember, you can find all my recipes with the nutritional information on our website, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. I'm Chef Rob Stinson. Thanks so much for watching Fit to Eat. Have a great one.
This program was made possible in part.
Mississippi family farms sustain a long, proud tradition that has been handed down for generations. A safe, dependable source for food, fiber, and timber, Mississippi family farmers help feed your family as well as their own. Through best practices and modernization, Mississippi farmers continue to be good stewards of our land and water resources, ensuring a reliable, affordable source of food well into the future. The farm families of Mississippi.
Support for Fit to Eat comes from Mississippi Seafood Marketing, a division of the Department of Marine Resources. From our waters to your table, wild-caught Gulf fresh seafood is fresh, local, and healthy. Information at dmr.ms.gov.